Welcome to Contemporary Black Voices with a new edition where we're going to be talking about the most important issues to Black Americans. Today, we're going to have as our panelists, we're going to have Mr. Caleb Alexander, who is a New York Times bestselling author. And we're missing today the lovely Dr. Sharon Michael Chadwell, as well as the creator of this program, Mr. or Professor Fred Williams. And we definitely miss them and hope that they will be back soon. Today, we're going to talk about what is the future of the Black man in America. We know that there's been a lot of situations that have come up lately, and especially within the last year, as to what really is going on with the Black man in America. The future of the Black man in America, we've got issues where we're dealing with voting issues. We got issues where we're dealing with laws that are not meant for Black folks. And there's a whole myriad of things that are beginning to happen. So as we approach this new election season, where we're looking at electing a person, I've seen one side of the people say, or one half of the people say, if you elect Trump, it's going to end the future of America. But I've equally heard people to say, if you elect Biden, it's going to be the end of America. And that particular one, the last one, I even heard that coming from a Black man, which was very surprising to me. So today, we will be talking about what is the future of the Black man in America, and do we really have a future, or do we really need to look for other alternatives? And today we've got myself, Chris Dawkins. I'm your host. And we've got Caleb Alexander. We are both representing universities today. I've got Ohio State on with the Buckeyes, and Caleb has just come back from Tufts University, which has been a astounding experience for him, which one day on one episode, hopefully we'll be able to talk about. But let's get right into it today about the future of the Black man for America. Caleb, you know, I've often wondered, I am one who is possibly looking at moving out of the country because I really feel that living in America right now and going into the future, America has really changed. It's not the America like I used to know. It's not the America that I knew growing up as a young kid. When I look at the Republicans today, they're not the Republicans of yesteryear. We used to have Republicans like John McCain and some others, even ones who are there now, where they were more civil to everything that was going on, and we were able to progress as a country. Today, it doesn't seem like we're able to progress as a country. It seems like we've got one side of people on this side and another side of people on the other side, and never will the two meet again. So for that reason, I believe that America's democracy is changing. It doesn't matter which president wins or loses, because those people who have reared their ugly heads, especially that are on the right, I don't think that they're going to go away even in a Biden win, if Biden wins the election. So I'd like to ask you if you have any thoughts on this at all.
I did, but you said a lot. So I was trying to keep up with so I could, respond, but you said a lot. So, and if I miss some things, it's just because my memory is not that good. So, but no, talking about the future of black men in America. So there's a lot of stuff that comes to mind, and so, and you were fortunate where you have options that others may not have. You know what I mean? It's and remember, you're gonna save me a room when you head down to
right.
Costa Rica. So you gotta save me a room when you head to Costa Rica. But no, but a lot of people don't have that option. So the question is, you know what I mean? Here, you know what I'm saying? What does our future look like here? How do we make a future here? And again, I guess the biggest question is there a future here? And so I guess tackling the first aspect of that is there is a future here. There has to be a future here because America is our birthright. America was built on our backs, on the backs of our ancestors. So yeah, we have a future here. We have to make a future. It is again, America is our birthright.
Well, let me stop you there. When you say we have to make a future here, I think we've always thought about wanting to make a future here. We decided that we would fight in the wars, and we thought that if we fought and we valiantly fought for this country, that we would get a stake in this country. That happened. We did those things, and we did exceptionally well. But yet and still, when we got home, we couldn't get a job. We couldn't. We weren't respected as a person and for what we did. Other countries respected us for what we did, but our own country never respected us for what we did. So when you begin to talk about we've got to make it here, we then also decided in the 20s or the early, right before the Tulsa massacre, we decided that what we were going to do is, since the white folks didn't want us, we would go ahead and create our own. So we created our own Black Wall Street, where we were thriving and things were going very well there. But as things were thriving there, white people didn't like that. So what they did is they came back and they said, we're going to burn this down. So everything that we have done to try to make ourselves a part of this society, whether it was segregation, whether it was integration or whatever, we've been met with opposition. So how do we go forward, and what do we do to make things better for ourselves in this country?
Okay. Well, I mean, just in a nutshell, newsflash: American racism is not going to go away. Okay. So, yeah, there's been racism, and there'll probably always be racism. And so, but racism is based on economics.
Okay.
And so it's always been. Slavery was an inhumane institution. It was also an economic institution. It was based on production. And so, yeah, and so is racism. The denial of housing, all of those economics plays is a factor in everything that these people do here. Economics was a factor in the founding of this country. They didn't want to pay more taxes. You know what I'm saying? So America is an economic experiment, not a democratic one. And so I think we need to stop buying into that idea that it's a democratic experience. No, experiment. It's an economic experiment. So what we have to do, of course, is to write our own house. And so I had the privilege of engaging with people from globally. One of the people I engaged with was a Indian gentleman from South Africa. And so we all know the British, they colonized half the globe and mixed. It brought people from India to South Africa, brought people from South Africa to India. They just mixed their populations. And so this gentleman, he was 9th generation South African. And what he told me, and I just want to say this first. So he said, yeah, America's worse than South Africa. And I had to have him repeat that. I said, hold on. I said, say that again. He said, America is worse. The American racism is worse than South African racism, even during apartheid.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a hell of a statement for me to hear.
Wow.
So, but he said that he remembers distinctly the changeover of power from to the ANC from the white nationalists
in South Africa.
In South Africa.
Okay.
One of the things that when we were having this discussion, one of the things that he touched on, which was key, very poignant moment when he said, after we were able to integrate into South Africa, into the whole society, he said, we still kept our communities. He said, we went out and yeah, we were able to engage in business in other communities, but we came home. We didn't run out and move in with the white communities and all this, or
integrate.
We didn't integrate.
Yeah.
We kept intermarrying within our own community. We kept our own traditions. We kept our own, value systems. We kept our own housing. We still kept our own communities.
We're going to take a break, and when we come right back, we're going to talk about what are the things that we have to do to be able to secure a place in American society for Black folk. I want to also encourage you in the audience, please put your comments in here. And hopefully, what I would like to do is to see maybe next time or in a couple of weeks, based on your comments, can we revisit this topic and find out what it is you think, and can we address your comments? So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.